Let's quickly go across to Mr. Sachin Pilot, who's joining me on the phone line. Mr. Pilot, thank you for joining in. In fact, he's very much live with us on the broadcast. How do you respond to the government's defense, first of all, coming in that nobody fear or there should be no fears of sand mining, and that these mountains or hills which are below 100-meter range will still be treated as the Aravalli range?
What is the credibility of a government that has been in power in Delhi for 11 years and all the collective four state governments of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana and Delhi? All the four state governments are BJP led. Now, we all know that there is illegal mining going on as we speak. There is rampant mining going on. The fact that the government went to the Supreme Court with the same detailing and same sort of technical aspects as in 2003, Mr. Murphy's report apparently is supposed to be sacrosanct, and that's again, decades old. We must look at the new reality. The Aravalli Hills are really not just the oldest mountain ranges in this country, but have served to protect the ecology, the environment, perhaps the rampant desertification that could have happened in the NCR region, crop patterns, biodiversity, ecology. So much depends on the existence of the Aravallis, and already large tracts of that have been mined illegally. First of all, we must take to task all those, whether it's government officials, politicians, whoever they may be, who have actually allowed that to happen. And today for the government to go to the court and give an affidavit saying we are given this and 100 meters will be sacrosanct, there is no credibility left. And with this new current definition, I'm afraid that people will again misuse it. And for the next future generation, we will have almost nothing left of what we see as the Aravallis today.
So as a leading opposition party in Rajasthan, how will you be taking this matter forward?
We have already done what we need to do, but I think this is about political ideologies. These mountain ranges don't belong to one ideology or one party or one government. It's a national heritage. And we are the trustees of this, and we must leave a better planet for the next generation. I am doing whatever we can to make sure that the Supreme Court is forced to reconsider what it has accepted. It has happened before, it will happen again. But I think a large portion of the young people understand the ramifications of this, and most of the people who live in those areas. So on 26th, I'm doing a protest march in Jaipur city in support of the Supreme Court to be reviewing what it has said. And this Murphy report, there are many aspects to it. You can't pick and choose what suits you best and allow rampant illegal mining to go on. First of all, if mining goes on, whether legal or illegal, it will damage the environment. And if it's illegal, the profiteering is far more. So one has to take into cognizance the reality and then submit this memorandum.
Okay. Why are you so doubtful of the centre's assurances, this when they have already assured that there will be no new leases sanctioned until there is a proper scientific mapping done?
Okay, so the Forest Survey of India has given a report that there are more than 10,000 entities still mining right now in that area. The Central Empowered Committee chairman has resigned because the person didn't agree with the affidavit that was filed in court. And why I'm saying it is because for 11 years, whatever they may have said, today we know that illegal mining is going on even today as we speak. What assurances can you give to me that it will not happen in the future? So it's okay to say something in affidavit in court and then see what the future holds. But this is far too sensitive. And today we are facing a severe crisis, whether it's smog, whether it's pollution, whether it's AQI. All of that will get many more times worse if we allow the Aravallis to get, continuously degraded like this.
So instead of just questioning the centre, don't you think that the Apex Court's decision also ought to be questioned, under which, a majority of the hill range have now been given the status of not belonging to the hill range of the Aravallis if they are below 100 meters?
The courts ultimately have to depend on the agencies of the governments.
Okay.
They ask for reports, they seek, research data, but they have to rely on the credibility of the agencies. Now, sometimes the argument was used to measure mountains, whether they're 100 meter or not. And many times it was found that, there was a manipulation in the measurement of the hills, where to start measuring. There are many ways to, go around it and still get your way through. So I think the court should also look into the public outrage, the sentiment that prevails, and especially young people. I think they're the ones who are, most at danger, because the most suffering will be affected by to the ones who are of a younger generation. So court must also reconsider. We will look at all options, including going back to the Honorable Court to reconsider what they've accepted. And the governments must, of course, put forward a renewed
Sachin, my
sort of
last
undertaking.
question quickly before I let you go. While I completely agree with you that there can be no political ideology associated with, say, an environmental issue of this magnitude, there's also this concern that has repeatedly been raised that it was your party which was in power prior to the BJP. What did you do to stop sand mining and for the protection of the Aravallis?
So this has been going on 2003. There have been 4 changes of government. If you go back into history, he didn't do it, she didn't do it, there is no end to it. But I'm saying, of course, you can investigate. If anybody is found any guilty of wrongdoing, he or she must be taken to task. But today where we stand, we must talk about today what the court has accepted. That argues is like a death warrant for the Aravallis in the next few years to come. If we don't take corrective measures today, of course, you can look back and say, you didn't do enough, you could have done more.
All right. I'm so sorry to interrupt you there. I'll have to quickly listen into what Bhupendra Yadav has to say.